went to space camp as a kid, and just being able to see the possibility of what I could do in my career was just inspiring and really drove me to get to this place.
Hardworking, driven, and loyal are just some of the words those who know Joseph Pelfrey best would use to describe him. The small South Carolina textile town that Joseph grew up in may seem worlds away from the manufacturing facilities and launch pads of NASA, but it was this community that instilled within him those values that still drive him to this day. Joseph developed an early interest in aviation and spaceflight from the influence of an uncle who was a pilot and a great-uncle who worked for Dr. Von Braun at NASA's Marshall Space Flight Center in Huntsville, Alabama.
He was definitely always driven to do space. Like, that was always his desire, was to be a part of NASA.
It seemed like he was always interested in it. Anything that had to do with space systems or what was going on with NASA, he was always on top of it. If it was on TV, if it was a news thing, he was just glued to the TV.
Joseph would record space shuttle launches on his VHS cassettes and send his great-uncle letters with his analysis of each launch. When the Challenger accident occurred, Joseph was moved by how the astronauts were unable to finish their mission and wanted to help NASA ensure something like this could never happen again. From that point on, he knew what he wanted to be when he grew up, an aerospace engineer and astronaut.
When he first told me that's what he wanted to do, and I said, "You don't even know what that is." He said, "Sure do," and he told me. And we knew he was serious. But we always told him that he could do anything he wanted to do as long as he's willing to work for it.
And Joseph went to work for it. He learned about space camp from his great-uncle. While it was a financial stretch for his parents to send him, they got him to space camp when he was 12 years old in October of 1989.
I think it actually cemented his drive to attain the goals that he was setting out.
The next stop for Joseph was the South Carolina Governor's School for Science and Mathematics, where he attended their 2-year residential high school program for juniors and seniors. It was there that Joseph met his future wife, Nicole.
I was a year ahead of him, and a portion of my class moved back to campus early to help move the juniors in. His parents' car pulled up with the stuff, and I got his dorm fridge and carried it up to his 4th floor dorm room and, helped unload his car and get him moved in.
After high school, Joseph majored in aerospace engineering at Auburn University. From there, he returned to Huntsville to work at NASA's Marshall Space Flight Center as a contractor for space station systems engineering. Once at Marshall, his career took off, becoming a NASA civil servant in 2004. He worked on over 30 flown experiments to the International Space Station before returning to his roots working on the Ares program and then the Space Launch System. Eventually, he was selected for NASA's Executive Development Program and moved into executive management. Joseph attributes his success to a decision he made early on in his career. He was going to walk through whatever door opened and see where it led him. Well, there was no way he could have planned his trajectory. Everything he learned and everyone who encouraged him along the way equipped him for where he is now, working as the director of NASA's Marshall Space Flight Center.
I'm very proud of him because of the person he is. Joseph's a great father. He's very devoted. And I think it was cool. It was a good bonding experience when she was younger and went to camp, and he pulled out his jacket and his, space camp t-shirt, and she was able to, have that tie. I think it's been a cool thing for them to do together.
It doesn't surprise me that he would be inducted, and he's worked very hard. He's moved his career up and up and up, and only the individual can do that. You have to work hard and be good to people, and I think that's one of his strongest suits. We're so proud of you, and we love you.